Hi guys, Jake here from Pretty Good Gaming. I just want to give you a quick rundown of my time with Outlast 2. So be warned, there are minor spoilers ahead, but I'm not going to ruin any of the late game plot for you guys. So Outlast 2 is a video nasty of horror games, full of gross out gore from the very beginning and plenty of trashy and cheap jump scares throughout the entire game. Outlast 2 is the whimsical tale of two cults at war, a dusty desert town full of hicks, and a camera with really shit battery life in it. Let's get into it. So the gameplay is no different than the first game. You're still playing a glorified run and hide simulator. Your only options are to avoid enemies or die. You have to keep your wits about you, and for me, the camera's night vision was absolutely essential in this. I had to keep it on 100% of the time, which meant my battery life on my camera was an absolute joke. The game took me about 5 hours to complete, and I would have finished it in about 4 if I wasn't crawling around in abandoned sex dungeons looking for batteries like an absolute chump. It's a fairly short experience, and the more hardcore gamers listening, you could probably finish it in one sitting. Trial and error was a huge factor of my time in Outlast 2. There's plenty of scripted linear chase scenes which are unrelenting and often quite unfair. Taking a right turn instead of a left turn normally means being cornered and getting hacked to death by the pursuing mob. This is a problem I had loads of times, and the chase scenes ended up being a process of elimination. You either get it right or you die until you get it right. The game offers absolutely no incentive for you to sneak around either. Sprinting through all the bits you're supposed to sneak through is just as effective and gets the job done much quicker. Why carefully creep around when you can just make a beeline for safety, especially when you can run faster than those knobheads anyway? Outlast gets it right when you're running for your life and it's going as well as it could be. The adrenaline-fueled chase scenes in Outlast 2 are probably the most tense I've ever played in a game. There's the occasional run-in with a superhuman like Marta, a huge woman with a scythe, or a toddler riding on the back of a giant leper holding a crossbow. Other than that though, you're faced with just your bog-standard knife-wielding maniac. So that's about as much as Outlast 2 has to offer in terms of gameplay, but is it actually scary? Well, the horror won't really stick with you long after playing. It's not very subtle, and I'm not sure it even wants to be, but it's not haunting either. It's not The Shining. It does try to mix some deep, thinky horror, but it doesn't really work with the dumbed down, blunt force trauma attempt that the rest of the game has. The writers of this game have definitely thought, right boys, Outlast 1 was a smash. What are the worst things we can think of so we can get the Let's Players going mad? Rape, dead infants, let's just chuck it all in. Thankfully, they held back from combining the last two I just mentioned, but the game doesn't pull any other punches. The game is supposed to be influenced by the Jonestown massacre, but it certainly doesn't look or feel anything like Jonestown. If you're going to compare it to anything, I'd say a hybrid of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Deliverance. So, should you buy it? Well, if you're a fan of the first game, but want even more dead children and crucified men, then it's a dead cert. Outlast 2 is a good horror game. It's ugly, it's sloppy, and it's really obnoxious, but it's a horror game, and it does it pretty well. It's not pushing anything new, and the mix of trashy and tacky jump scares with the shallow attempt at psychological horror might be a little mismatched, but it will still scare you. There's open locations, a fresh setting, and a linear story. That's more than enough reason to get engaged in the game if you're a fan of the genre, and if anything, it proves that you don't need claustrophobic corridor-heavy settings to get your guts wrenching either. I'd recommend the game for fans of the genre, Let's Players, edgy teens, and people with strong stomachs. So that's it for my quick rundown of Outlast 2. If you want to hear a more in-depth and detailed discussion about the game, then be sure to check out the link on your screen right now, which has got a lot more gruesome details about this horrible, grotesque little game. So what did you think of this little time-saving review? Was it handy? Let us know down in the comments below. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see some more of our stuff, and hey, why not check out some more of our videos just here on the side. Okay, we'll see you next time.